Meow meow. Back to grind, back to reality. Ping, ping, pong, pong. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. How dare you, Rebozo? I am not rude. I am correct. You are not excused. Faithful. She is excused. Because I say so. She's excused because I say so, and she has soldier. Don't give me back talk. Use. How you doing, Rebozo? How you doing, you fool? I'm good. Just coming back from a late night of super early Insomnia streaming that YouTube didn't get because surprise, surprise, Insomnia stream. I gotta get YouTube chat up really quickly. There we go. Do I want to upgrade my Jaggy gun? Do I want to upgrade the Jaggy? Like, upgrading Jaggy would be really nice right now, but, like, do I want to? Yeah, I want to. We're gonna go kill Jaggy. We're gonna do a master rank Jaggy. Do 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 do. So what's your plans for the rest of the day? Ow, that hurt. Help. Oh, my tinnitus. I sneezed and whoop, boof, my tinnitus starts acting up. I'm used to being running now because I was playing Dark Souls for so long. Do 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 do. Yeah, we got a good bit of monsters we can hunt in Master Rank right now. The Great Jaggy returns! Hunting him will be useful. I can upgrade my gun. And with a gun upgraded, I can shoot things much more efficiently. There's Morgan Freeman. In a world where pineapple goes on pizza. In a world where pineapple goes on pizza. In a world where pineapple is put on pizza, one hero will come to save the world by putting pineapple on pizza. We got dog treats. I just come back home from China. Ah. Sit. Sit. Your butt down. Nicely. Nicely. She took it nicely this time. Not trying to bite my hand off, thankfully. How was China? Hopefully you didn't piss off the communists too much. Just realized what I said. It's you! It's a Chinese communist country. Of course it's going to be depressing. Anything with communism is depressing. And evade. No, not allowed. Dang it. I thought I could do it in time. Hey, it missed me. Good job. The Jaggy has crippling depression. Man, back when iDubbbz was funny. Who misses funny iDubbbz? Because I do. Like, I miss funny iDubbbz, I miss funny H3H3. Heck, I miss Leafy Escape, to be honest. I understand a lot of people hated Leafy, but, like, he was funny. Okay. It's running away. We have to catch it. No, I do not speak other languages besides English. English is pretty much my only language. I tried learning a few languages in the past, but I kept getting sick while doing so, so I ended up not having the time to do so. And it's just turned into like, you know what? I'm fine with just speaking English. Jaggy, why are you running? You're supposed to not want to run. You're supposed to take damage. Mandarin Chinese is very weird as a language. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it is. And I say that because that was one of the languages I wanted to learn. It's a very strange language. Most, not oceanic, most Asian languages are very strange. I'm gonna be honest, they are. It's not like the 4 languages, like the 4 to 3 languages that make up English, which is Greek, Latin, Roman. No, it's Greek, Latin, German, and I forgot what the 4th one is. There's a 4th one in there. Oh, and some French. Because the stinky cheese people have to somehow get their way in everything. What are you talking about? We have our own language. It's called We Just Take Your Soul. And then we use it collateral for if we're gonna die, we just use that instead. Jaggy, can you go down, please? But yes, to the people who missed the super secret late night insomnia stream, you missed me. You missed me going through like 25% of Dark Souls 3 in one night. Communism is depressing, says the one who talks to the death. Dave, I don't talk to death. I talk to Steve. His name is Steve. Death has a name, and his name is Steve. Although, the Mexicans call him... The Mexicans call him Javier. I don't know why they call him Javier. Apparently Steve isn't Spanish enough. Who's John? You see, John, we don't talk about John. John is kind of weird. John is like a tree that wants nothing but nature to exist. He's kind of an activist. Yeah, John just kind of wants nothing but trees to exist. We don't talk to him much. He's kind of a tree hugger. And he maybe does a lot of illicit substances. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be making a list of the games that will be played during the subathon. How it's gonna work is Monster Hunter Freedom, Freedom Unite, Third Ultimate, or Portable Third if I can find a translated version. And then 4 Ultimate is what I will be playing through for like the monster hunting aspects. I want to see how many Monster Hunter games I can beat all the way up to Rise. I'm not touching World. I mean, not World, Wilds. In between those games, I'll probably be running a little bit of Helldivers. If this run's not finished by the time I complete by the 11th, this is the run that will continue. And yes, Fatalis will be fought. Wow, Jaggy, you're taking forever, man. But yeah, the general plan is to start a new playthrough of Freedom, Freedom Unite, into Portable Third. I'll have to ask Operator if he can find me a distribution of the translated ROM or ISO. I forget what PSP uses. Before Subnautica yeah, before Subnautica, that's like the funny part. I still feel bad for the people who worked on Subnautica. Subnautica 2, specifically, which comes after Below Zero. Yeah, I know it's stupid. But, as far as we know, lawsuits have been made, cases have been filed, and Crafton is trying to keep a bunch of money away from the staff. Jaggy, I'd like to move. Which, it's really stupid how much money they're trying to keep, because they accuse them of they're just going to keep the money for themselves. And here's the thing. Part of that money was promised by the head of, I think it's Outer Worlds, the company behind it. I don't remember the exact company name who actually makes Subnautica. All I know is the name that bought them up with Crafton. Is accusing them of basically saying they're not going to use the money for any development. They're just going to pocket it. And here's the thing. That's half correct, because the owner of the studio did promise them a portion of the money, but the rest of the money would have gone into specifically more development. And here's the thing, it's not wrong to promise your employees money that would come from the gain of your game coming out early or selling well. It's literally an incentive for the people who made it to be more effective with their work and to have it come out ahead of schedule. Because if you can release a product, specifically a game, ahead of schedule, do so. The fact that they thought that it was ready to be launched in alpha build for people is honestly really good. But because Krafton is being very specific in how they want things done, well, sadly they're not going to get what was promised. There we go. Dead. Also, the doodle is at the groomer right now. She's getting shaved. She's going to a lamb cut. Oh, my legs. Some traditional medicines are very useful. Some are not. Some are literally poison. Like, to quote something for China, for the longest time when it had emperors would drink what's known as an elixir of immortality. It contained mercury. So some traditional medicines are very good. Some are not. I myself choose to use things like caffeine and or natural stimulants that are not super harmful to keep my headache in check, along with keep my ADHD in check. It just also helps tone down the crazy antics. But that's just myself. China is very specific on their traditional medicines. They think that it is going to be the best no matter what. And here's the thing. To a degree, some of it is really good. Like, most of the medication that's made of a mixture of ginseng and a few other basic roots to help immune system, fight off colds, stuff like that, is beneficial. I'm not even gonna lie about that. It's the same thing with it. If you were to make ginseng, hawthorn, mint, and a few other plants, you would end up making a mixture that's actually very good for your immune system and would help fight off colds. It would also help fight off things like fevers and basic stuff that your immune system can easily defend against. Once you have a built-up immune system by using that type of stuff. Green tea is also green tea was also part of it. It's once you start getting into the more complex stuff, again, like the elixir of immortality that emperors would drink, it literally contained mercury. There's a certain point where traditional medicine just kind of goes, okay, you're going a little too far. The yin-yang ingredients. Yes. Hilariously enough, there was one Chinese apothecary that existed that understood the thing about acids and bases to a degree in terms of chemistry, and he was pretty good. I forget the name. He was actually put in Fate. He was put in Fate Grand Order. That is the gun, yeah. That's the next step. You know what? I'm making the Jagras armor, actually. I don't mind. Imagine the audacity of drinking 20 different medicine a day. Let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the inhaler? 7. 8. I'm currently at 8 medications, man. It's been higher before. Hey Alphine, how's the power? The power is, my house has not had any power surges or power drops, so think I'm safe. I don't think I can tell physically it's probably gonna rain in a few days. It's back to being stupidly hot and humid. But upside is it's not that bad anymore. November rain. It's not really November rain. It's my state is, as I put it, no, as my entire family puts it now. The weather here is more bipolar than a bipolar type 2 woman on her time of the month. And yeah, that sounds really stupid, but it is. It can go from like 90 degrees to freezing cold rain. Or it can go from like low 50s all the way to like near 92 Fahrenheit in like in the span of less than an hour. And then it drops right back down to being really cold and stuff like that. The weather here makes no sense. That's not even me trying to be funny. It just doesn't make sense. This has another slot on it, if I remember correctly. Yes, it has another one. My recoil is fine. I'll do reload assist. I'm gonna craft the Jaggy armor. Jagras hunt. I have a shock trap. One could say it's quite shocking. Oh, that's funny. You are jipping pests out of treats. Oh, camera pros. Camera froze. Did not realize that. But Tessa doesn't need treats. She's a doodle. Oh, the dogs get 2 cups of food every day. Yeah, the dogs get 2 cups of food every day. But Tessa, oh, she doesn't get any more treats. She doesn't get treats today. Actually, knowing my mother, she'll be given a hamburger. Because my mother thinks that is the perfect reward for dogs. She will go through McDonald's, get her a hamburger and fries. Because we spoil our dogs. But how's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hamburgers for dog, chocolate for parrot. Wouldn't the chocolate kill the parrot? Or can parrots eat chocolate? Because if so, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's kind of weird if parrots can eat chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, that's I didn't know that. They can't eat too much. Interesting. That is I find that interesting. But if be honest, if I'm gonna give a parrot a treat, it's probably gonna just be like a mixture of decent tree nuts and a little bit of fruit. You know what I could go for right now? This is gonna give away a little bit of my location, but like I could go for a White Castle. White Castle. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Such a bad movie. Oh, no, shouldn't go to the vet, not the groomer. Why does my camera keep breaking? Hey, Gloopy. Oh. Let me, replug it. Don't switch. Okay, microphone set up. I probably need to get a new wire for my headphones. Building Lego monsters. Interesting. Or as the Europeans call it, Lagiacris. Because Europeans are weird. Building a factory strider would be interesting. I feel like you could build most things from Helldivers from the automatons in Lego. Because they kind of lead themselves to a very mechanical design. Pookie Pookie, can you stop? Yeah, like Lego Star Wars. Thank you, you're leaving, finally. Helldivers, I don't think is gonna get like any decent merchandise unless they partner with someone for it. No.
Okay, so I do need.
You said you were gonna cook. Of course, I'm not gonna eat if we're gonna make if dinner's gonna be cooked. Like, if dinner's gonna be made when she got back, because that's what I thought it was. She cooks, I clean. That's how it works. Unless it's where she has to work nights. Yes, we have a system built now where while I'm streaming, if dinner needs to be cooked, she will cook dinner. And I will clean after stream. The signed Helldivers 2 helmet looked pretty sleazy. They did not make, and they tried to make gummies, but no success. Like, you have to, for video games specifically, you have to really find a good merchandise manufacturer. It's the reason why I think a lot of VTubers partner with who they do. Because they've proven to be good merch, they've proven to be good people who make merch. It's the reason why a lot of people, as much as I don't like gamer subs, I can't lie, they make good product. And that's why I think why a lot of people partner with them. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I would... If gamer subs ever contacted me, would I deny it? Yes. Because I don't like how some of the people are. Otogaron. I say Otogaron or Otogiron? Touch this, glitch with that. Okay, phrasing. Dayton, phrasing. To quote Archer, phrasing. Are we just not going to care about that now? But back to saying, like gamer subs, they make good product. But even I would still deny it. I would go, no, thank you for the offer. And that's just because I don't like some of the people they work with, and I don't like some of their products when it comes to the designs. And I'd rather not have my name affiliated with that, if that makes sense. Same with Advanced GG. They make good product. Would I want to be? Would I want to be affiliated with them? That's a little better than gamer subs. And then there's a bunch of other brands that I'm not the biggest fan of. I can't tell. I don't care how long this hunt goes. I'm just having fun right now. Yeah, there's a good bit of, like, people who make really good merch. They just have to go to them. And that's the hardest part, is they have to somehow reach out to them. And most of the people who make really good merch tend to be specific in what they make. Yeah, it's that type of thing where they're very specific in what they do because that's their niche and they're passionate about it. If Jacob ever finishes his Monster Hunter Lego Monster Hunter catalog, I can see him making Lego Helldivers 2. He still has 100 to build. He still has like 100 more to build. And on top of that, he needs to constantly revise his old models. Yeah, that's the downside of doing anything Monster Hunter related, is you're barking up a tree that is going to be very difficult to finish. It's the reason why, unlike most Monster Hunter creators, or Monster Hunter, like, content creators to a degree, I don't just stick to Monster Hunter because of that reason. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but if you make it your only thing you do, it's going to get really annoying. Oof. Plans on making Zora Magdaros. Have he made Dire Morales yet? Because if he's made Dire Morales, that's roughly the same amount of time frame. We'll do that. I would think if he's done not Zora Magdaros, Dire Morales, that'd be roughly the same time frame because of the size comparison. Vitalis Gravios, Ukanalo, I don't know how to say that. A Noctur and Plesioth. Zenith Plesioth or just Plesioth? And yes, that's an actual question I have to ask, because there's two different sizes of Plesioth that exist. There's Zenith and then there's non-Zenith. Gonna throw that on. Normal Plessy. Zenith Plessy is bigger, like a lot bigger. That's why I had to ask that. tried to build the tall crab, but it was too heavy. Okay, that one doesn't surprise me. They are... The crabs in these games are way too big. Especially the one crab that is basically just an adamantoise. Not even joking, it's just an adamantoise. I forget the name of it, but if operator's here, he'd understand. He would know the monster. But yeah, like, yeah, they're a little crazy, especially with how you have to hold them up. I could see that becoming excessively difficult in Lego form. Okay, my webcam is just not working right now, so dog cam is going away. Fun. Yeah, Legos are very... I loved Legos as a kid. I still love Legos even now, and I'm 26. Totally not a grown... Okay, yeah, no. Gotta be honest, even now, I still can, as I put it last night, I've reached the point where it's like, I can act like an adult. Or I can be a total child. And there's like just a little in between, but not much. I'm either overly serious or extremely childish. And that's the fun part about when I'm like, when I'm on stream, where you'll get parts where I'm extremely serious. And then you'll get parts where I'm just being a doof. A complete doof. Okay. I do know one company I'd actually love to work with, and it's because I use their product. I'd love to work with a coffee company. I'd love to work with a coffee company. And it's not like not Black Rifle. It's Blackout Coffee. I'd love to work with them. Like, heck no, I'm never gonna... Black Rifle would never contact me. And if they did, I'd look at them and say, no. There we go. Head is broken. We're gonna tenderize. Okay. Do I have it stuck in a roll loop? Okay, I did. Yeah, Lego in my mind is a very fun product, but the downside is it's stupidly expensive now. It's not like when I was a kid where you had Lego and then you had knockoff Lego. Even knockoff Lego is stupidly expensive now. I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't mind knockoff Lego. I kind of liked it. Downside is even knockoff Lego now is stupidly priced. What do you mean, some taters?
I was gonna do fried potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, you dropped that on Shirley.
I thought you had it.
No. Got it right on the snoot.
Sorry, Shirley. I accidentally dropped a thing of money on my dog's face. It was right on her snoot. Can I get a stun? Or a clagger? Whatever. I forget. Yeah, it's called the clagger. There we go. I got a clagger. How dare you? Do I have a healing? I moved that way. I knew that was coming. Okay. Shoot, keep shooting the head. There we go. Ha! Joke's on you. Get over here. Go so I can shoot you in the face. Thank you, cat. You healed me. Grab that. Do. Why am I stuck on like the Final Fantasy victory theme right now? I don't know why. I just am. Kind of strange right now. Needleberries. No, it's like when for some reason I just start going do 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 do. I just do it to myself for some reason, like it just random. I don't get why I'm stuck on it. I don't know why, just like mentally my brain goes, you must now do victory theme. It is obligatorily needed. Probably a sign that I need to play some Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy will probably be the super late night insomnia streams. That if I can't sleep, I go live again and just start playing a game, either for a challenge run or just casually. Which, yes, those are only on Twitch and Kick. Reason why is it's easier to just, it's easy to set up those two platforms because it's just copy and paste copy and paste two things twice and bing, bada, boom, you're done. YouTube makes setting up live streams so difficult. Because you have to go through, change thumbnails, you have to go through, change titles, what the optional game title is. Then you got to go through modify description if you need to modify the description, the modify title, everything. Yes, it's not the slowest, but it's just genuinely annoying. What, did I post in the wrong channel? Oh! Oops. I was selected on the wrong channel. Wow, I have like... I literally was in Discord typing and I was fine. That's the power of shield. Do, do, do. Jagger Shard. Carve immediately. I got 2 more Jagger Shard. Now I'm just getting picked on. I don't mind though, that's funny. That's the thing. Like, Discord has replaced Vendrillo, it's replaced TeamSpeak, it's replaced a bunch of different apps. But the thing about it is, like, Discord is very weird in the fact that, yes, it's replaced all of them. Oh, it's also replaced Mumble. I remember all of these. I remember all of these. But it's like, it's replaced so many of them, and it's actually a downside that it has. It's in a way that Discord has, at this point, really no competition. And that aspect of having no competition is, I don't want to say dangerous, but it's inherently bad for the fact that you just have people going, well, you know what? We'll just use this instead because everyone uses it. What level of difficulty are they adding? I know they're adding the randomized charms in the next title update. What are they adding? I've stopped keeping track with Monster Hunter's news. Just saying that now, I have. Monster Hunter Wild, specifically. Every monster gets arc-tempered? Are they adding arc-tempered specific armor, or is it just going to stay the same? Because if it's just staying the same, I don't see really a change. Like, that's the thing with me and Wild is nothing is, with every update, really nothing changes. The difficulty hasn't changed, the combat hasn't improved. All they've done is add more monsters, and that compounds the issue in my mind. So if they're adding things that actively change gameplay, then cool. It still sucks that all of it's locked behind arc temper. Putting on a coat. Getting cold. That's better. Oh, great. They're adding the talismans already. Hooray, hooray, hooray! People asked for more content, and what did you get? You got the worst aspects of crafting: randomized talismans. I firmly stand by that statement. Randomized talismans, even in the early games, were not even that fun to do. Like, 3rd generation charms, you had a specific charm table. And if you didn't like that charm table, you had to completely restart your save. Like, charms have never been really all that fun when they've been randomized. It was only made worse with Frontier because of how they did randomization in that game. Well, not like complete randomization, but the fact that pretty much everything was locked in a specific manner to where if you wanted something that was really good, you had to spend hundreds of hours. So I got attack boost 6, critical eye 2, speed eating 2, intimidator 2, recovery up, constitution, dodge extender, and free meal. Every monster gets a frenzy. It still wouldn't really all that. It still wouldn't really be all that like useful, because all the changes that are happening with that game with Wilds. Again, I point to the fact that it should have been in the game at launch, but also the fact that when people cry for more content, they're getting the aspects that artificially extend the gameplay. It's not actual content in the form of story, in the form of new hunts, in the form of basically anything that's really beneficial to the game. You're not getting the unique monsters. You're not getting callbacks to monsters. You're not getting large drops of them either. You're getting hyper curated, only 2 at a time, or potentially 1 at a time, with additional mechanics that, gonna be honest, aren't really helping. Sure, layered weapons were cool, but that's it. Am I set? No, I'm not. I need to craft the arms. It's why when if someone asks me, it's like, why am I not doing wilds in the Subathon? Answer? I'll just stop at Rise. It's more fun. And part of it has to do with I actually enjoy the content of Rise more than I do Wilds, which is absolutely hilarious. Because, like, being honest, Rise is not that good of a game. For like a game on the go, cool, it works really well. But once you have the time to sit down and just play, yeah, that's when you start getting into the territory of like you see the flaws of it. If it involves the story, that'd be awesome. Because here's the thing. Wilds has an interesting story. But it needs to focus on the support characters, really. Because having your hunter as the main character, I'm going to be honest, is kind of boring. Have the story evolve around Alma, Gemma, Eric. Have it actually be to where the hunting is the story of your hunter, but the overall narrative's actual main characters are the support team. Because that's the thing. There is a concept called focused character stories. If you've ever read a Kame ga Kill, you understand that the main character is not Tatsumi. The main character is Akame. If you've read Attack on Titan, Attack on Titan's entire thing is a retelling by Mikasa. The actual story is from the purview of Eren, but the actual like character telling the story itself is Mikasa. Going that route for Monster Hunter stories, not like the turn-based RPG, the stories in general for Monster Hunter, I think would be very beneficial. Where the perspective of the story is through the player character, but the actual narrative is based around entirely separate things from the character. This is the thing. I don't want new quest difficulty. I want them to fix the combat. I want them to fix how skills are done, because how skills are done nowadays is really not enjoyable. Make decos less randomized to where they're assigned specific missions, and you have some decos you can actually craft from like monster parts or things like that. Use the features from Frontier that were really beneficial. Use the features from the past games, not just Frontier, but first, second, third gen, fourth gen, that were extremely beneficial to improving gameplay. What I want is a Monster Hunter that is very much a modern Monster Hunter game, but still is very much like the classics in terms of difficulty and in terms of nature of how it plays. Part of that goes down to the fact that they really need to restrict movesets. Again, you can't have these hyper complex movesets and be a Monster Hunter game. Part of early Monster Hunter was very much the idea of a restrictive moveset that required you to learn how to fight the monster. And that partly made what Monster Hunter what it was. And that's actually what was a large part of what made prepping matter. You didn't have unlimited items. You didn't have you barely had on any form of unlimited ammo. There was very little backing you up to where it made you have to play smart. Or as I put it, it had to make you play smart. Because there is still some room for joking. Like, I truthfully think the game should not have launched at all in the state it was, especially in the time frame it did. It was unfinished. It needed to be QA tested more. Like, when they test these games, they need fans of both the old games and the new games. But what happens is they go for mass market appeal, which leads to them making games that are mass market appeal. Because the idea of it is bring in immediate money and not worry about long-term success. The long-term success doesn't matter anymore to a lot of these companies. And Monster Hunter thrived on long-term success, not short-term success. Because when you look at all of the sales data, all of the growth that occurred within the past games, it succeeded long-term. Where nowadays, it's not. It's part of the reason why Portable Third was one of the most profitable games they ever made. But it was Japan only. That game thrived long-term, to the point it's almost hilarious with how much money they made off of it. It didn't take until 5th generation's Monster Hunter World for it to be beaten out in sales records. Super Hell Dive. I don't want to play that level of difficulty, man. It's like Expedition 33, Black Myth Wukong, and a bunch of games that really are built around long-term success have been proven to be very well off in the market right now. Once you start looking at long-term data. Whereas things like Call of Duty, things like Battlefield, things like Monster Hunter Wild, heck, I'll throw Tarkov into this. They've been focused so much on short-term gain, it's not even funny. Concord was strictly made to be short-term gain, and look what happened. It failed. Okay, game. That was mean. And I think the reason why Helldivers is still successful is it's positioned itself to be such a long-term game that they really could make it last years as long as they keep putting out quality content. Like, as much as I have against the company, as much as I have against Arrowhead, Arrowhead's positioned themselves so well for the long-term game, it's not even comical. It's just perfect with what they've done. They did what WoW did in its early era. Just redid it again. Perfectly. The constant changes to the game board, the constant changes to everything that matters is such an important matter that was a thing in early WoW that made it successful. Then you have Helldivers 2 coming in and doing the same strategy, and poof, it works extremely well. To the point that I have to say, good job, Arrowhead. Like, good job in general. As much as I disagree with taking the poison deal from Sony, extremely good job. I'm going to put a marker here because I can actually take that and I'll be happy. That's a video right there. That's a video right there. Going to shoot you in the face. How do I feel about hippos? They're straight up terrifying. They look all kind and gentle, and then they'll just kill you. They look all kind, look all gentle, but no, they're mass murderers. Also, they're the only animal that can pick on, like, alligators and crocodiles. They are the only animal that can do that. Frontier. There is one like it in Frontier. I don't remember the name. Yeah, just like dolphins. Just like dolphins. You get the point. Flipper, the scientifically accurate dolphin, was a perfect song. Flipper, the scientifically accurate dolphin. That song is so weird. I need tough claws. I need tough claws. 'Cause I'm the toughest person around. Yeah, brother. I still remember Hulk Hogan at okay, people, this is the one thing I'll say about this. I still remember Hulk Hogan at a Trump rally. It was absolutely hilarious. And I loved it. Because it was Hulk Hogan in his prime. Like, it was Hulk Hogan at his, like, perfect. He was there to entertain, and he entertained. Scientifically accurate Sonic. Please no. Please no. Because scientifically accurate Sonic is really creepy. So is scientifically accurate Knuckles. I think the only one that isn't is Tails. Scientifically accurate Tails. And scientifically accurate Rouge the Bat. Because she's just a bat. Foxes eat hedgehogs. They do! Scientifically accurate sponge. There's nothing to be accurate about it. It would just be a sponge sitting there on a rock. That's all the video would be. That's not a real thing. I have to make it a real thing. I welcome you to Scientifically Accurate SpongeBob. And it's just a sponge. No, I have something that's even better. Scientifically accurate Crypto the dog. Crypto the super dog. That would be a funny video. And it would just be a photo, it would just be a video of my dog sleeping. Oh, they did one for Sonic and SpongeBob. Oh no. Scientifically accurate Valstrax. Oh no. Is there a lizard that looks like Valstrax? Because I'd do it. I would do scientifically accurate monsters for Monster Hunter. Would be hilarious, in my mind. Scientifically accurate Valhazak. I don't know if that's possible. I know I could do... I know I could do scientifically accurate, great jaggy, great baggy, bull fandango. A scientifically accurate Kulu Yaku. I could do a scientifically accurate version of a few different things. Some of them would be more difficult than others. Scientifically accurate Godzilla. That ain't possible. Sorry, but that ain't possible. Be the most possible Elder Dragon, it would just not need to, it would just be unable to fly. Okay, but what lizard in real life is like Valhazak? Because I would do that. I would like a scientifically accurate Great Jaggy. And it's just an iguana. It's just an iguana. Because that would be the joke about it. It would just be the monster that is shown. And then you have the actual animal. Because I am not an animator. Although I could possibly make... I gotta contact someone. I have to contact someone. Because I could write the script, voice it, have it animated, upload. It doesn't even need to be, like, complicated animation. Like, it could just be the line art animation and just have that. What game is that? Because there's a few of them like that. Because realistically, I don't need it to be complicated. I could just realistically have the animatic and be fine. A scientifically accurate Great Jaggy. This is the Great Jaggy in its natural environment. Look as it sits there. Look at it. Look as it just lies there. Because it's like, I would like to still make some YouTube videos, but I have a feeling the videos I'll be making for YouTube is going to be shorts, shorts for one, cuts from stream, and then random joke videos. Who remembers the monster? Who remembers the game where on PS2 where you got to play as the monsters, fighting each other in an arena while smashing buildings? I do. I love that game. Okay, a T-Rex having wings. No. A T-Rex having wings. No. I don't believe that. A T-Rex having feathers? That's believable. And that's believable because of birds, where birds are basically just tiny dinosaurs. Here's the thing. I like making video content. I really like making video content. It's just the way that YouTube is currently doing things, and I can tell in my background how videos are performing, what videos are performing well, how they're being found. And it's not good. Yeah, T-Rex is having complete feathers. Yeah, no, that's not really probable with how their body is positioned. If you look at the skeletons, feathers are things that require for something to be completely covered in feathers. You usually need a body structure that is dense, that has dense bone. Not dense bone, that has a light bone and has some means of airborne maneuverability. That's when you look at things like pigeons and pterodactyls. They had very light bone structure. I can talk. I was reading chat for a second. And that's why when you look at things like ostriches and emus, their entire body isn't covered in feathers. Animated GIFs which talk cause a percentage of YouTubers to actually avoid the channel. Yeah. That's why when it goes down to it, really the cat model I'll be using is only for stream purposes. I'm not gonna be using it for video purposes. I just want to make the 7 cats in a trench coat into a real thing. But But yeah, things like emus, things like ostriches, they're not fully covered in feathers, because if you look at the actual meat structure of the animal once it's butchered, you notice it's far more akin to beef. And that's due to the fact that the muscular structure requires a better form of getting rid of perspiration, which is why they have parts that are entirely skin and not feathered. Feathers make getting rid of perspiration nigh impossible. It's also... But it's also the reason why when you look at things like horses, the methods horses use, they put their sweat out as soap. As basically this dense foam. Loopy, you'd be surprised how much you can learn just from looking at bone structure and how things sit. You really would. Like, a lot of people would. And that's not even, like, targeting you or anyone in chat. It's just the amount you can learn from looking at the bone structure and the normal formation of the muscular tissue is really weird with how much you can learn about an organism. Like, even I'm still surprised at some of the stuff that I can see from, I can learn from that. Yeah, it's gonna be a dull pain because they don't have sharp teeth. They have teeth designed for crushing things. Their teeth are not meant for ripping and tearing. Their teeth are meant for just bite through it and just through sheer force. Ah. Restock on everything I can. Grab myself my better bow gun. I don't know why I'm talking like Forrest Gump. Through the power of tinnitus, we rock this world. Yeah, I gotta find an animator then if I want to make that a thing. Investigate Hoarfrost Reach. Bunbaro now. Okay, it's time to find Bunbaro. It's either Bunbaro or Ebony. I don't remember. There it is. Ah, joke's on you. I didn't eat. Joke's on me. Like 10 Valve Strikes at once. That doesn't sound enjoyable. Getting dive bombed by one Valstrax is already terrifying enough. 10 of them, it's just doesn't sound fun. Oh no, I'm getting dragged down. How about new? There we go. I need to get in contact with Kayla. That's what I gotta do. Which chat is that in? I don't know. Hello, Luke the Rooster. Oh, wow. I just got an ice ball thrown at me. Just know I'm done tonight once it hits 9 p.m. I did a very early stream yesterday. Well, technically this morning because of my insomnia, and I want to get some sleep tonight. That just so people know. And that's just due to the fact that, like, I have not been sleeping all that much. I flat out need to lose some weight because it's actually affecting my sleep now. Well, I went unconscious. So once I have the bike trainer for the house, I will be doing some just chatting streams where it's days where it's just me on the bike. I thought I got away. Ow. I need speed sheathing. That or I just gotta get good. The age-old motto, get good. You heard of Primitive War? I have not. I've heard of Freedom Wars. But that's just me because I'm a weirdo. That's a feint. Hot drink. Think of dinosaurs in Vietnam War. That doesn't sound pleasant to think about. That sounds terrifying when I actually think about it. It's gonna be a movie of it. Okay, then. Okay, I have its weak point open. Resurgence team? What do you mean by that? haven't really kept up with a lot of Monster Hunter news lately. Oh. Good luck. The engine for this game is kind of broken. And, like, not in the it's unstable way. It's in the certain monster skeletons just break the engine. It's the reason why we didn't have Leviathans in this game. Because Leviathan skeletons broke the game engine. Good luck on making Lagiacrus work. Lagiacrus was not included in the game because it caused severe crashing. Apparently, if the dev notes are to be believed, that's what it would do. Also, it would just kind of merge with walls. The dev notes on why Lagiacrus was not included in this game are really interesting, by the way. Apparently this game just did not like Leviathan skeletons. White and Crimson Fatalis, Steve, and I can see those being added relatively easily. Especially the Fatalis variants. Because it's just adding movesets and changing colors. And the actual program that's used for the models is purchasable. It's why you can view them in a lot of different software. It's not an in-house software, which makes it really nice for modders. Here we go. Ow. That charge attack, man. I gotta fling it into a wall. Yeah, it's gonna get flung into a wall now. Yeah, it sounds, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds kind of weird that I want to do a little more like comedy skits for like the channel about Monster Hunter, because that's where I think the most of the fan base now sits, is the comedy of it. With like the comedy videos of it. Like, it's why Maxor works. Because Maxor's just making jokes. He's just being funny. And the way he delivers things as well is additionally why it works so well for him. Yes, you have the people who are there for like build guides, weapon guides, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, those videos are very... I don't have a word for them. Besides, they're just limited and they're dated to a degree. They're dated like the next day type of thing. But you're not funny. Hey, I could be funny at times. What are you? You're not my real mom. You're not my real dad. You can't tell me to be a doctor or a lawyer. Dang it. I thought I didn't get up I thought I got up late enough to survive. Okay. It's grabbed a tree. There we go, it's dead. I tanked a tree head on, but I survived. Return from the expedition. Plus, like, the general thing about it is, like, if I make comedy things, I'm making the jokes in it purely for my own enjoyment. Like, that's the thing about most of these videos, that most of the videos I want to make is I'm going to make them because I want to. It's not going to be because, oh, their audio retention is really good, it's on topic, it's going to break the algorithm. I just want to make something funny, like, that I find enjoyable. Because, like, if YouTube is gonna be a butt about it and basically go, you have to do this specific thing if you want to grow, I'm gonna want to prove them wrong by just being myself. Especially got a giant Yoshi plushie in my bedroom. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yoshi's a fun little dragon thing. Lizard thing, I don't know. It shoots fire occasionally, therefore it's dragon. Yoshi's an elder dragon. There we go. Yoshi the elder dragon. Okay, let's go see what I can make for armor. Can I get my mushroom insert? That's that. I don't want to go do that right now. So that can go up to 120 for defense. But, okay, my dog is on my foot. Great. Wonder how many Rathalos would take to get to the center of Laoshang Lung? That's a good question. That's a good question right there. Stretch. Ask a Godzilla fan, they'll tell you how much. We are not counting Shin Godzilla. As much as people love Shin Godzilla, we're not counting him. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm sounding like psychotic goofy. I'll do it again. Dude. Heading to the Hoarfrost Reach. Back. Back. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. I gotta show this. Look at this puppy. And yes, I'm wearing socks with SpongeBob on them. Look at that puppy. Just sleeping with her belly all the way up. Grab the stones. This is Viper Tobakadachi now. Imagine if you could stumble upon monsters smoke. I wouldn't want to see that. That would, I think, would scare me. Just smoking another monster's fur. Are you kidding me? No, the game is not kidding. The game is not kidding me right now. That's why I say this could have just been a cutscene. All is doomed when the deer with root beer is here. Precisely. Wait, isn't that Starberry? She's not here, is she? Is she lurking? I thought she's the deer with human brains for food. She's scientifically accurate Bambi. That's awful, but funny in my mind. What am I about to fight? Because there should be Viper. Guess we're going down. This is taking forever. I hate these like segments where it's just walk along with us. Do nothing but walking. Become Christopher Walken. I am afraid to do the randomizer runs for this game because, oh no. Just imagine you get Fatalis first mission. You immediately got to reset that seed. Fatalis was a Legania. That's funny. Unconscious. Okay. Okay, there's an option for it. That's good. Fainted. Okay, I gotta eat some food. That's good you didn't run into Alatreon. I really hope they're scaled if you do the randomizer run. Mm-hmm. I love how Tessa's just lying there with her belly up, like, I went to the vet. I need nap. They were in whatever rank you would be in. Okay, that's nicer. I'm still just thinking, oh yeah, suddenly Fatalis appears. It's like, oh, great. What video? Jurassic Park / World Nostalgia Critic playlist. Oh, the Nostalgia Critic. Actually, I lost the plot so long ago. Bulgur Anjanath. Great. $7 years ago. Yeah, like his old videos were funny, but like that's the thing. It's akin to like AVGN. Where AVGN, a lot of his like where he peaked with humor is like the 2010s. Like 2010 through 2013 is when he really peaked in humor. After that, it kind of went downhill. This thing can get poisoned. But it deals poison. That's weird. Nah, it's Toby. It's just Toby. Gonna do Toby things. Just keep shooting, just keep shooting, shooting, shooting. Hey, Rebozo. Did you play Helldivers without me? Do I have to tell Captain to turn this ship around? It's going fine. Good, you were not playing Helldivers without us. What game were you playing in VR? If you dare say VR chat, I'm going to make jokes. Good. I was gonna make jokes about. Oh, great! You're hanging out with the furries. Ah. I'm still gonna say you were hanging out with the furries on VR chat. Actually, no. I'm gonna say you were playing VR Uma Musume. That's what I'll say. Okay. Yeah, that would. That would be interesting. VR chat Uma Musume. I'm not gonna lie, that one would be interesting. I would play that. As far as Wilds doesn't have any full elders. No. I don't think Monster Hunter Wilds is going to have elder dragons. They may have like one, but the thing is, it's probably only gonna be Gormagala and its second/third stages. And I say that because, in all honesty, if they add Elder Dragons, what they're doing is undermining the idea of Apex monsters. It undermines the idea of Raid Dao, Uthduna, Urdun, Arkveld, Jindahad. It undermines those as monsters in the position they hold within the game. And they do not want to undermine an entirely new mechanic unless they're crazy. Smollett. I don't know what you mean by that, Gloopy. But yeah, it's like, Elders being added to Wild. Oh, the legendary bird. The literal guild logo. Yes. But like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, realistically, they do not want to, at least from thinking like a game designer for a minute, undermining the entire concept of Apexes would very much be a thing you don't want to do as a designer. I turned. But I guess I didn't turn fast enough. Hey, Plesioth should be in every game. We need the interdimensional hip check. Oh, come on! Okay. Here's how this is going to work. It's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes till 9 o'clock. So, what I'm going to do is return from expedition. I'm going to head out. I'll come back tomorrow at 6 p.m. like normal. And we will go for as long as I humanly can. Odds are I'm probably not going to sleep much tomorrow night. We will have a long stream tomorrow. But before people head out on Twitch, we're going to raid someone. We're going to raid. Rebozo, don't you dare leave. This is the raid message for Twitch. With all that said, thank you everyone for coming on Twitch. We're going to raid Rico. Thank you everyone who came on YouTube and Kick. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. God bless and be safe. That was weird.